Dang.
What's up, everybody? My name is Timothy Hill, and I am the producer of the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. Joining me today, I have one of my co-producers, Trina. Shout out to Black Legacy, our other co-producer, as well as Alton Boogie Williams. Alton, what's good, man? How you doing?
What up, though? I'm good, man. I'm glad this worked out, man.
Right. We tried to get you last week, but we had, some technical issues. But we're, we're glad to have you, here for this week. But before we get started, could you tell everybody where they can find you and a little bit about yourself?
Oh yeah, okay. Detroit, born and raised. Been doing comedy over half my life. Let's see. Started out in Detroit at Coco's House of Comedy, and just been on ever since, man. Really started out as the funny kid on the block. Funniest person in my family. Come in here, tell us that one joke you said, like that. That was my life. Class clown, of course. Just that's pretty much it. You can find me on all social media. You can Google me. I'm on ComedyCentral.com. I did Heart of the City with Kevin Hart, which was pretty dope. Let's see what else. Instagram, The Only Boogie, TheOnlyBoogie. That's about it. Facebook is my government name, Alton Williams. That's because my mama and daddy and pastor and everybody on there. You know what I mean? So that's where I go to be, clean.
Okay. Well, I did have a chance to check out your IG page. So, I see you do like a lot of comedic voiceovers for videos and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Let me ask you this: how do you pick a voice? Like, how do you go about picking a voice? How long have you been doing that? And also, is that something that you're looking to kind of develop more into in your professional career?
Yep. Actually, it's like watching TV, man. I was one of them TV raised me kids. You know what I mean? So I know how a news reporter should sound, or how they have sound traditionally. You know what I mean? So if I got to be like, coming in now, Channel 2 Action News. This is Alton Boogie Williams. I'm live on the scene. We have people. It's just like you just know how that goes. It's like a cadence. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like if you're a teacher, or you're a pastor, I just know how to assume the character. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just been. I started off doing impressions. Like in my family, I would impersonate like my grandfather, or I would do my uncles, and like that was like my first bit or routine, if you will, like just impersonating family members. And everybody would laugh at that because of how spot on I was. I would like get my grandfather's glasses, put them on the tip of my nose, and then now I'm him. And, even he would laugh. So that's how I knew I was on to something.
Okay. So people to make hard to laugh.
Yeah.
They joke a lot. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was just a thing. I didn't even know what it was. I just know I like to laugh, and I also like to make people laugh. So it's like whatever it took to do that, that's what I would do.
Okay.
And so, like I said, that was my family was my first crowd. And then my second crowd would definitely have to be school and everybody I went to school with. I didn't even know what comedy was at first. It was actually like getting me kicked out. So, I was never a bad child, but I was what they called insubordinate.
Okay.
So I used to always get sent home for insubordination. I said that was going to be the name of my first HBO special. It's going to be called Insubordination. Okay. But yeah, that was my thing. Wasn't a bad kid. Just couldn't sit still. I was one of the first. They wanted to test me out for Ritalin, like back in the day. Like, man, we need to get this man some baby heroin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he need to calm down a little bit. And so that's how that happened. My mom wasn't having it though. Like she would never in a million years do nothing like that. Like she was like, let him be, like that's one thing I love about my mom being just the support network that she was. Like she like, you different, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, right.
Be different. She like, I thank God for having the mother that I had or the have, just being young, you know, she found it funny too. She like, what happened? I'm like, I got kicked out. What you say? You know what I mean? Like she was never like, I can't believe you. Like, oh, you can believe it. Like, you know what I mean? Because I do this every night. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good thing. It just fit me, and I'm thankful for having the parents that I had. You know what I mean? Or have, just to support that and embrace that, because you know it wasn't like, that's very rare where you get taught to, you know, chase your dreams and follow your dreams. You know, this is Detroit, Michigan. It's more of a worker town. You know what I mean? It's more of a, you know, career town. You know, do what everybody else did, go to college, get a career, raise a family. And I never wanted to do any of that. You know what I mean? Like I hated school, but that's what my clientele was. So I had to go.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I hated it. I'm like, man, here we go, going to this place again where they tell you to read this book one chapter at a time. Why we just can't read the whole book? Like, what's this about? You know, it just never made sense to me, man. I was never one of them like, all right, now we're going to test to see if you know these words. Like, how slow do y'all think we are around here? So.
Yeah, you had to make it fun, man, because like you said, school was, you know, it was whatever you made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know.
I just remember growing up, man, like my block, the people in my neighborhood hated when I got in trouble, man, because I couldn't come outside. My mother was still, you know, discipline me, but they would hate it. Like, man, like you got to do better, man. Quit getting in trouble. Now you can't come outside and make us laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you had fans early.
I had fans early. And I remember one time, this is a true story. One time I was on punishment and my mom was like, you can't go outside. I was like, all right, bet. So I just had everybody come in the backyard and I performed through the window. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't say I couldn't have people. You just say I couldn't go outside. Right. And so she came back there, backyard full of folks. I got the window up. I'm going at it. You know, they back there laugh. She like, boy, just go outside. I'm like, thank you. You know, so all I wanted to do in the first place, hey, to give the people what they want. Yeah, right. They mad at you. You holding the show back. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was cool.
Trina, you got a question for Boogie?
Yeah. Boogie, can you share with us a time where your comedy skit went far left, where it was just completely wrong and someone may have taken it out of context or something?
Yeah. That happens a lot, actually, because, you know, as comedians, we have a freedom to say a lot of things, but now that's being stripped from us, as you see in the news and everything that's going on. You know, they're going back 10, 15 years to find stuff that people said. And it's like, well, just because I said that, ask me if I feel that way today. People grow and constantly evolve. So you can't persecute. Just like when I was a child, I did childish things, but I don't no longer do those things. So you can't blame me for that. But I definitely have, I've said some mean things in the past. I've made some people cry. You know, that tongue it can get crazy. You know what I mean? It's definitely they say the pen is mightier than the sword. No, that tongue is a sharp little thing right there, man. Because you can't take it back. You can say some stuff, and then like me, like that's why I never like wanted to like play the dozens or cap on people or go in on them or whatever you call it. You know, so many different names for it. I never like to do that because I'm good, and I know I'm gonna hurt your feelings because that's my job. I believe like that's the point of this, right? Like to win. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to just make basic comments like, "Oh, look at your big head." Like, no, I'm gonna do some research. Like, I'm about to talk about your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to talk about your house, your car, like where you live, your clothes. Like, I'm going deep. Like, I'm going deep. And I remember this one guy, Carlton, man. He was the biggest seventh grader I ever seen in my life to this day. Like, I guarantee you he was held back at least 5 times. Like, the boy had a full beard and everything. Like, man, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? And so I just went in on him, man. And I remember I saw the look of, man, I'm about to mess you up. You know what I mean? Like this is beyond jokes. I mean, you know, a person mad when they just breathing hard, like, you know what I mean? He was like that. And I'm like, uh-oh. You know, I tried to psych gnaw, and I'm just playing it away, and it was too late. I hadn't talked about his mama and their car and his sister. She was a little, you know, special. And you know,
What?
It was too late, but you know, because I'm a child. You talking about, what was I, 11, 12 at the time? Like, I'm about to win this. What? I got my people. The crowd is watching. I have to win. So I'm like, all right, well then let's talk about your sister. They're like, oh, I'm like, let's go. You know what I mean? So that went, and then later in life, I definitely said a few things like, because we go through moods as anybody else. So I've definitely been in a bad mood and I get up there and I'm just ranting. I'm just going like, I done called women bees and, oh man, I'm talking about just going on a tangent, and I always be like, I'm just playing. A lot of times I'm not, but I've definitely said some stuff that I regret, which is why I try not to now. Like we talking about 5 years ago at the earliest when I did this. So I try to just speak love now because I know with great power comes great responsibility. Like I have a duty to entertain the people, not persecute them. You know what I mean? So now I do it as a loving way. Even if I say a joke, I'll be like, nah, I'm just playing. I love you. And I say it right there. It don't matter if you male or female. Like, nah, brother, I love you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I just talked about how long your neck is, you know what I mean? But that could be a sensitive subject for you. I didn't mean to, do that. You never know. People grow up with stuff. They've been talking about my neck my whole life. Like, I'm sorry, I just met you tonight, sir.
Yeah, so, it could be a trigger, right?
Yeah. So, and I don't got time for nobody to be waiting on me after no show for some jokes. Like these are just jokes. Please don't kill me. I'm a God-fearing man.
Right. So we got you coming up December 15th for the show. So could you tell us, are you gonna be giving your perspective from a single person or somebody?
A little bit of both. Without giving it away. In the past 5 years, I've gone through a marriage, a divorce, moving. I went from single to right into a relationship, and then living with somebody and not living. Being on my own again. Like it's been a roller coaster of emotion and trials and tribulation, but it's what makes you who you are. So I'm thankful.
Any quick advice you can give to the ladies on men?
Single ladies.
Single ladies out there.
Advice for single ladies for men.
They could be married too. I mean, married.
Yeah, don't try. Single ladies.
You know what the best advice is? This is the best advice I could give anybody on anything. This is the best advice, period, all across the board. Relationships, career, whatever you want it to be. Time is the best teacher. Time is everything because somebody, yesterday's price is not today's price. You know what I'm saying? So it's like who you are today may or may not be who you are tomorrow, but let's just see. You know what I mean? Because my mom used to say this about me all the time, like, why can't you stay in a relationship? And it's like, because to me, the best time is the beginning. Like, I love the beginnings of a relationship. I love when you're just getting to know somebody and you find out favorite foods and colors and birthdays and signs and you're going through all that stuff. And it's all cute in the beginning, before you start to just like start to scrutinize each other and judge and everything is up, you're paying attention to every detail and you're looking at their friends. Oh, your friend cheat on his woman, so you must cheat too. Like, everybody adding stuff in now. And that's when it get a little, as I say, squirrely, it get a little loose. And so that's why I really like the beginnings. My mom, she knows that about her son. I really do, because that's the fun part. So for a long time, I just tried to keep it at a bunch of beginnings, which is not fair to women because, women get involved early. We play games like, cops and robbers. Women play house. You know what I mean? Like you grow up playing the mother or the significant other or the person, washing dishes. You gotta, we got guns and G.I. Joes. Y'all got plastic dishes. Don't nobody want to play with that. You know what I mean? Like that's about to be my reality in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want a washing machine for Christmas. So, like who want a dishwasher and an easy bake oven? Like, yeah, that's fun. So, I'll talk about a little bit of everything, inside, outside. I reveal myself. Like I said, I have nothing to hide. I believe that you have to lift as you climb. So hopefully whatever I've gone through, somebody may be going through and I can offer some insight or could be about to go through and maybe warn them, because that's, I guess, what we're supposed to do. Try to be the bridge builder for the next person that's about to cross this path. So it don't have to be as jagged and rough as it was for you, So,
Okay.
you know.
Well, I just want to forewarn you, you know, questions might get a little raw.
I love it raw. What?
So, you know, they come from the audience, so we talk about whatever, you know what I'm saying,
That's what's up.
on the show. So,
I hope so.
15th, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I hope so. That's why you asked me, like, you know, is there anything specifically you want to ask me? I'm like, man, I want it to be impromptu, like from the, you know, off the top of the head. That's how I like it. That's how I do comedy. Like, I don't have a set.
Yeah.
Everybody always asks me, like, well, do you have a set of jokes that you tell? I don't. I feel like a pastor. Like, I go out there and whatever I'm supposed to say today is for these people. I never have like, I'm about to say this, or I wrote these 5 jokes down I'm gonna tell, like never in my life, because I grew up like that, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna start now writing jokes. Like, just go be funny for however long you have the time for. So if I got a half hour, like, go be funny for 30 minutes. If I got an hour, go be funny for an hour. You know what I mean? So
question. So you're saying when you get on stage, you basically look at the people, or, you know, get a sense of your environment, and you base your jokes off of that.
Absolutely.
I've seen him work, and that's exactly what he does, and that's why I said he's talented. He can just go out there and be funny and kill it.
It's like it comes to you. And then one thing about me that I want to go down in history as, I want every time you see me to be the first time you've ever saw me. I want every time. I don't care if you see me 90 times. I want it to be 90 different, equally funny times. Yeah. And so that's I don't want you to see my special and then come to the Fox and pay $55 to see me do the same thing and then do a movie, and then now I'm doing my lines from the movie at this show. Like, nah, man, go be funny. If God blessed you with this craft, then go be a blessing and a gift, you know?
Right. Exactly.
I like that. Okay.
Well, before we get off, could you tell people again who you are and where they can find you?
Okay, I am Alton Boogie Williams, or on Instagram, The Only Boogie. What you doing? You can find me on IG at The Only Boogie, THEE, 2 E's, THEEONLYBOOGIE. I'm on Facebook as Alton Boogie Williams, or just as Alton Williams. I'm on Black People Meet as Dr. Detroit. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm on everything. Google, YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, you name it, Apple Music. You can't go anywhere and not type that in and not get nothing. So
and December 15th, we're gonna have Boogie on the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. So we definitely look forward to having you, man. It's gonna be a fun ass show.
I can't wait. Oh, we can cuss? Oh shit, I would have been cussed. I didn't know we couldn't cuss. We about to have a fun ass show. This shit about to get ridiculous. No, I'm just playing.
I said it's unscripted. It's raw. The show is gonna be nuts. So definitely look forward to you. Trina, you got our sponsors?
Oh, you tried it.
I did.
All right, so we got Starving Mind Records. We've got Smashing Concepts from Jamaica. We have Huron View. Of course, we have The Spit. And of course, we have Toys for Tots.
Okay.
Boom, Tim. I joke.
Don't forget about Rose Salon Sweets with Trina just forgot. But we'll see you guys December 15th. Good night. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Boogie.
Anytime. I'll see you guys on the 15th.
All right.
Yeah.